one thing that I haven't touched for a while. Let's have a talk about it. So this area, this deck area at the back of the boat, it's all prepped. We've got to give all the stuff a good seal coat, clean it up a bit, seal it all up, and then finish sheeting it and making the back seat bits. But look, it's underway. It's pretty good. This floor here is nearly ready. Well, it's been ready for ages to get some new sheeting down, and that's all part of the decking. So the decking right through here, I might drill a couple of core holes and see what it's like. But I think I need to chop it out, especially down this end. I might have to chop the top layer off, rip out the old ply and put some new ply in on all the decking, because you know, we want it to be right, we want it to be nice. We have all this is in, the roof's ready for sheets. I've left it off in the hotter months for a bit of breeze to come through, but I think it's about time we seal it up and get some sheets on top. Same with half of this one. I am leaving this end open for a while until we can get an engine sorted, and the engine has been really tricky to get sorted. We've had no luck in getting Myanmar parts, and but I think I need to throw it out there. Actually, I might do a little video of that tonight and just shoot it out. Try and get that in the next couple of videos, see if we can get some parts from the YouTube community. I mean, you guys are great, and we might be able to get some Myanmar engine bits. So I've got my battery bank in the seat, or battery storage area, electronics area. We will get that all wired in eventually, but that's ready to go. We've got a battery into a bilge, and I moved the tank out of the way so that I can finish. I want to get the bilge all done. You know what, I think that's got to be our main focus right now, because once that's done, and then I think we'll get working onto the rest of the roof. We don't need to keep going on the interior just yet. I've just been trying to get the structural of the interior done. Okay, what do we got going on here? So this is just cleaned out, prepped and ready for interior works for the new office station. This area here just needs a sand and a seal. That in there is nothing much is really changing with that. That's going to still be a big storage area, and we will have a water maker go in there eventually. But okay, we've got primer in our bilge at the moment, but we haven't done that end from that way. I really need to do that. So today we need to dry it all out. Oh, tight. Let's work on cleaning this out today and drying it and getting it ready for doing the rest of the primer through there, so then we can get some top coat. We need to seal this up, and we need to get the bilge pipes reconnected to the back of the boat, so we can just use this, flick a switch, bilge the water out that way and seal this up, finish the hull. Our bulkheads are looking fantastic. We need some fiberglass. We need to fiberglass the sides, that side up there. I did start, and I fiberglassed all this in, fiberglassed around this, and started fiberglassing down here and up there a bit. But then I ran out of material, so we'll continue the fiberglassing up here, and that'll be nicely in. We've fiberglassed in the ends of our beams on the middle ones, so they're in. This is all glued in, this is glued in, this is looking great. Got some bog on this, so a little bit of wood filler, some nicer wood filler, not just the bog. It's actually wood putty. So we'll sand all this up, make it look nice. We've got to make a little feature in there. But this is all interior stuff that can happen a bit later. I want to cut this post down so that we can run our beam from here to here. And that's got to come out to here, obviously. And that's creating our bunk for that area. The bed's fiberglassed in there. You know, that's so solid. We need to get our steel structure mounted underneath here. That's going to take the weight of the main mast. So it's going to be gusseted, big gussets, and a strong steel support. And when we look at the rigging, we're going to look at the weight, the pressure, the downward pressure on the mast from the rigging. How many pounds of pressure is going to be pulling onto that mast. And when you've got wind strain and pressure acted on it, that's forcing it into this, last thing you want obviously is for this to buckle. So that's why generally the mast, GoPro, you're going to be the enemy. You keep failing, coming up with errors. You're getting a bit bashed around, aren't you, buddy? Alright, not as much as some of these other people that I've been watching out there. Stora, oh, a little plug for Stora. I'm addicted to you guys at the moment. I'm going through all your back catalogue. Anyway, and your GoPros cop a lot more than mine. Yeah, really cool. So we've got to get this steel structure obviously built and gusseted correctly, and the beam's got to have enough support that over the span it's not going to buckle under that amount of pressure. So we just need to do a few calculations and double check the engineering on that, and then we can build it. We need to grab my welder and stuff actually. Oh, I think they got a welder here he said I can use. Anyway, today, clean, suck all this out, dry it all out so it's ready. And then we can paint that tomorrow. Plan, paint, prime tomorrow. Do we keep going on the back deck and start working on the deck areas, get that prepped ready for doing the decks? Do we work on this beam through here, keep working internally? I think I need to work externally now. I think I need to get outside of the interior again for a bit. Obviously paint, prime, and a top coat. We're going to do a top coat in the bilge, and then we can drop the tank back in, and we can run our floor joists, bearers joists, whatever you want to call them, over the top of the tank. So that is in and that is done, and the floor's then ready. Very good. So exciting when it gets to this stage and things are starting to come together. All right, let's start with this. Straight in the water. I could hear some beeping outside, people driving past, so I think they're excited to see me back working on the boat, because people always say to me that I see around the area that know about this project, say, oh, I went past on the weekend, didn't see your car there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, I've been busy. But it's great when I'm here and I can hear the people beeping as they're driving past, so they must be pretty excited. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, there's that bit. I've been looking for that for a whole month. Okay, so we've just given it all a really good brush down, vac, wet the brush to get all the dirt and grime and everything all off. let's let that dry for a day, and then tomorrow morning when I get here, I'm going to bring some acetone and give it a quick wipe down just to get rid of any sort of residue of stuff over the surface, and then we can do our last bit of primer. Really exciting. So it's just the bilge, it's just up to these levels that I'm priming up to. Obviously these points I don't really want to prime around because I want a fiberglass, so that I need to clear a bit of that away. Actually, I did a bit too much there. But what's my next job going to be? I don't want to do that until I've got the acetone and give it a good day to dry. So it's really dried out, no moisture left in there at all. Okay. So I'm not cutting timber in here today. I better get out up on top of the deck. It's tiring, especially bending over like that. That's looking so good. I'm really excited about that. Look at this. We've like got a few bits we're going to try and pop out. I've just chunked out wherever it was really horrible, and I've tried to cut into all the big cracks and the gaps. And what we're going to do is we're going to just fill all that with epoxy, fill it right in, get in there, then we're going to wrap around the top of the whole thing, But we just ran out of battery with all our batteries, so we're gonna have to call it a day, I think. It's been a good day. We've got all this labelled up, and we'll get it all into the car and take it all home. Then we can start figuring out, measure up all our pieces, get all the timber, get it home and start shaping it up. That'll be really cool to do at home. You know, we've still got to clean up all the rest of it and you know, chop out where it's a bit terrible. Try and fill in these gaps. See, they've just used a bit of packer to pack in between there and there. But we've got some new technology now, you know, like, oh, a lot's changed in the last, is it 50 years? I think I'm going to use some spray expander foam just to take up that bit of a gap, fill in these gaps here where it's a bit wider, and then we can fill in with the epoxy resin, because we don't want it to all move, and I do want to get rid of a big cavity there, so expander foam is probably the best way to go to fill up holes. Yeah, all right.